Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, we're going to react to allegations that the KENNETH fire in the Woodland Hills area of Los Angeles was possibly caused by arson. I mean, if that's the case, and they find out who was responsible for it, that person should get life, man. I mean, or heavily punished. I mean, there's hundreds of homes have been engulfed by this fire. You know, who knows whether some of the 10 people that have died, it was the KENNETH area that they died in. If that's the case, could you argue that that was murder, you know, or manslaughter or something like that? Just to think that somebody would like look at what's going on, you know, with these fires and think, you know, let me start one of my own. Like, that is just like, if true, that's just a psycho, isn't it?
One of the big concerns is arson. That we've been talking about, and there are reports that the fire that we saw burning tonight in West Hills and Calabasas was started by a potential arsonist.
Wow.
Our colleague, also from KTVU,
man, if true, that is a loser of the highest regards.
Is there tonight talking about what he's seeing on the ground and what we've learned in terms of a potential crime scene now.
Zach Sauce, are you there? Can you hear us?
Okay. Good on White.
Unbelievable.
No, we hear him. Zach, are you there?
Time like this.
So what it... Yep.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm at the corner of Arcos and Galendo in the community of Woodland Hills. It is here that we understand a bizarre set of circumstances occurred around 4:30. It is our understanding that police have made an arrest of a suspected arsonist here in the community.
Wow, so they've got him potentially. He's going to be in trouble.
Of Woodland Hills, a source in the police department telling us that this suspect may be tied to the potentially the KENNETH fire. So around 4:30, we are told by several neighbors here that there was a man riding around on his bicycle with a large blowtorch, apparently attempting to set numerous old Christmas trees on fire, garbage cans with wood debris on fire. He was riding around, and some neighbors that were just being very alert about this, certainly concerned seeing all of the fires in the community. You know, they knew that something was not right here. As he started to ride away, neighbors started to follow him. He eventually made his way up here to this intersection, and that is where a number of neighbors stepped in. Take a listen.
Man, you know they're going to throw the book at him, and they absolutely should, in my opinion. Set an example so that any dimwits who think, oh, how cool would it be if we started our own fire, they can look at that guy and see that he got 10 years or whatever it was.
I've been sent a video by my daughter-in-law who lives on the first floor that an arrest was being made with a guy driving on a bicycle with a blowtorch. I didn't see this, but somebody across the street tracked down this guy through the neighborhood he was riding around and either tackled him, and my daughter-in-law called the police, or somebody called the police, called 911, and they sent loads of cop cars out.
And how did your friend intervene?
Apparently he saw him walking, and a couple of his neighbors did as well. They called the cops right away. Suspicious looking guy. They all came out of their house. They told him to stay right there, you know, held him down, stuff like that.
They detained him.
Yeah, they detained him. That's what I heard.
So you guys, I understand you zip tied him? Is that?
Yeah.
This gentleman, I understand he seemed sort of agitated. Can you describe that?
I mean, it seemed like maybe he was on something or something. He was very like, I can't.
On drugs or high. That doesn't excuse it though. Not for me anyway. Does it for you? Does it kind of get him a get out of jail free card because he was high?
Stop! I can't stop. I'm not putting this down. I'm doing this, and very focused on moving forward with the blowtorch. And we were like, we can't be doing that right now.
Just unreal.
Yeah, just a remarkable set of events here. Neighbors, again, being alert, seeing something that was obviously suspicious, deciding to step in. They say that this man was acting incredibly erratic when they detained him. You saw that video that was shot from above here. That first person you heard from there, that was his. That video was shot from above from that home. The neighbors had some zip ties. They were again able to detain him. They said that this man did mention potentially being on some form of a drug.
So, like, you put that stuff in your body. Like, nobody forced you to do it, mate. You know, like you can watch the news, see all these people crying because they've lost everything, and think, oh yeah, let me go start my own fires. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, again, they say that they then called police. Police arriving, they say, fairly soon after. A large police presence. One neighbor telling me it was the largest police presence he has seen in this community, which is generally a very quiet community, and they took him away. Again, we don't know if any charges have been filed right now, but we do believe he is being held potentially on attempted arson. Back to you.
Zach, thank you for all that information and that new video, courtesy of Citizen app. So you are currently in Woodland Hills, is that right?
That is correct.
Just this scene here, man, it looks like Lord of the Rings. You know, when they were approaching Mount Doom, when they were going to throw the ring in there, like the third one, just the amount of just fire everywhere. It's spooky, this picture.
Correct. Yep. Just at the corner of, go ahead.
No, my question is because there was a little bit of confusion where it hadn't hit the residents yet who have been evacuated. Are people out of their homes? Because we know that early on the progress was pretty significant here in terms of the firefight, so that the evacuation order was downgraded to a warning. So I'm just curious of sort of the state of the neighborhood right now. Are people out of their homes? Are they in homes?
This community has not been evacuated. Most people are in their homes. Some have chosen to leave out of an abundance of caution, but most people just closely monitoring the fire, which is just incredibly
Yeah, that's what I would do. Like, if the fires were nowhere near my area, I would probably want to stay in my home. Like, unless they were getting really close.
And again, that is why when they saw, I mean, I assume that anyone who saw something like this, given the circumstances, would probably call police, but they were already very much on edge when they saw this person riding around, and that is why they decided to step in.
Do they know how he started the fire?
Well, again, to be clear, it is only through a source that this person is potentially being tied to the Kenneth fire.
Yeah, it's just an allegation at this point. We have to we have to be careful.
What they saw was this man with the blowtorch going up and down the block, attempting to light an old Christmas tree on fire and garbage cans filled with tree debris, essentially. The other thing that they mentioned was that he then remarked when they approached him, "You need to get out of here. There's a large fire nearby."
Okay, so because we don't know for sure that that is the man connected to the Kenneth fire, that's why I guess we made the decision to blur his face. And until that name has been
Man, if he gets actually linked to it conclusively that it was him, he's cooked. He is cooked, mate. I mean, we're probably talking like decades in prison. Decades.
Announced, and we have more specifics of that. We thought it would be unfair to show his face, but that gives you a sense of,
because we're talking millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of damage.
What is happening here, right?
Yeah, that is correct. It is only through a source that we understand that this person is potentially tied to a police source, tied to the Kenneth fire. Currently, this person being held, we believe, on suspected arson, but not definitively, that suspected arson not definitively tied to the Kenneth fire.
Man, yeah, that guy's done for. He's done for. I mean, you could argue that it's, I want to say the word, but YouTube, you got to be careful with saying like TERRORISM. You know, like you could argue that it's that. Like, it's just, why would you do this, man? Like, he's thrown his life away. He really has, because right now people are looking for someone to blame for all this. People are looking for something to scapegoat. People are angry, upset. Imagine you've lost your house. Imagine you just paid off your last mortgage payment. You've finally paid off the house. It's yours. You own it. And you've lost it. It's just been reduced to ashes now. And you know who set off the fire in that area. You would want to. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.